What's up, guys? This is Chris from DraftDashboard.com. Here are my DFS picks for MLB Thursday, July 7th. These picks apply for DraftKings and FanDuel. Before I get started, please drop a like on this video and hit that red subscribe button and hit that bell icon so you don't miss our new videos. In this video, I'm going to go over my top picks for today's MLB slate. And if you stick around to the very end of this video, we'll use the Draft Dashboard tools to make a DFS lineup using the picks we just made. Okay guys, we have a 9-game slate tonight, so let's take a look at the pitcher position. So normally I try to give you a stud and a low salary pitcher, but I don't really like a lot of the low salary pitchers on the slate, so I'm going to pay up for pitcher here tonight. I like Joe Musgrove, Dylan Cease, but the pitcher I think I like the most is Tony Gonzolen. He's pitching against the Chicago Cubs. Tony Gonzolen only giving up a .587 OPS versus righties, so he pitches his best ball versus righty batters, and he's facing 6 righties here tonight. Now the Cubs are 0 for 7 versus Gonzolen. Super small sample size, we got to throw that out. He's 10,000 FanDuel salary, 600 less on DraftKings, averaging 35 fantasy points per game on the season. He scored 54, 29, and 27 fantasy points in the last 3 games. He has an ERA of 1.54, and his record is 10-0, pitching an average of 83 pitches per game. So I like Tony Gonzolen here versus the Chicago Cubs. Okay, let's take a look at the catcher first base position. One of the studs that I like on the slate is CJ Kron, and he is batting against Dallas Keuchel. Now, CJ Cron is batting a .903 OPS versus lefties. Dallas Keuchel giving up a .866 OPS versus righties. So the splits are good here. The only concern with this pick is that CJ Cron has only hit 6 of his last 29 pitches from Keuchel. It's only a .207 batting average, but I still like this pick here. CJ Cron is 4,400 FanDuel salary, 600 more on DraftKings, averaging 12 fantasy points per game on the season. He scored fantasy points in all 5 of his last games. He has a batting average of .295, so I like CJ Cron here versus Dallas Keuchel. I also like Travis Denard with a 38% batting advantage over a low salary pitcher, Matthew Liberatore. Travis Denard batting 21% better versus lefty pitchers, batting a .893 OPS versus lefties. Matthew Liberatore, he's giving up a .889 OPS versus righties. There's no at-bats versus Liberatore yet. Travis Denard is 3,300 FanDuel salary, 1,500 more on DraftKings, averaging 11 fantasy points per game on the season. He has a batting average of .266, so I like Travis Denard here versus Matthew Liberatore. Before I continue with the picks, I'm excited today because we added a new contest for everyone watching. If you want to enter the drawing for $25 PayPal, all you need to do is like this video, hit that subscribe button, and make a quick comment below to be entered into the drawing. We'll reply to a random comment and let you know that you won. And then we'll send you $25 PayPal. So it's that easy, and we pick a new winner every Saturday and announce them in our video. So get your comment in now so I can add another entry for you. Okay, let's take a look at the second base position. One of my favorite plays on the slate is Ketel Marte with a 41% batting advantage over a low salary pitcher, Austin Gomber. Ketel Marte batting 23% better versus lefty pitchers, batting a .008 OPS versus lefties. Austin Gomber, he's pitching his worst ball versus switch hitters, giving up a .892 OPS versus switch hitters. Ketel Marte is 4 for 6 here versus Gomber with a 2.5 OPS. 2 of those 4 hits are for home runs, and he's got a double in there. So Ketel Marte is only $3,100 FanDuel salary, $1,600 more on DraftKings, averaging 9 fantasy points per game on the season, and he scored fantasy points in 4 out of his last 5 games. He has a batting average of .263, so I like Ketel Marte here versus Austin Gomber. Okay, let's take a look at the third base position. I like Kris Bryant. He's got a 10% batting advantage over the low salary pitcher, Dallas Keuchel. Kris Bryant batting 10% better versus lefty pitchers, batting a .844 OPS versus lefties. Dallas Keuchel, he's giving up a .866 OPS versus righty batters. And I like this pick because Kris Bryant is 4 for 6 here versus Keuchel. That's a .667 batting average and a 1.834 OPS. One of those hits is for a home run. He's $3,200 FanDuel salary, $1,000 more on DraftKings, averaging 8 fantasy points per game on the season. He scored fantasy points in all 5 of his last games. He has a batting average of .284, so I like Kris Bryant here versus Dallas Keuchel. Real quick, guys, I got great news. For a limited time, we're offering a full 30-day trial to Draft Dashboard. You can try all of our DFS tools for all sports. You can try the Position Optimizer, where you can see the top players ranked for each position. And we added a new Player Trends tool, where you can see the top salary differences between FanDuel and DraftKings. It's a really good tool to help you pick out value for the site that you're playing on. Oh, and if you're tired of doing research every day, we just added a cheat sheet that shows hand-picked plays for the slate. No confusing stat lines, no headaches, just a simple cheat sheet that shows the absolute best players for your lineups. Okay, who do we have at the shortstop position? Here's a value play. I like Joey Wendell. He's batting against the low-salary pitcher Trevor Williams. Joey Wendell giving up a .772 OPS versus righties. Trevor Williams is pitching his worst ball versus lefty batters, giving up a .823 OPS versus lefties. No at-bats versus Williams yet. Joey Wendell is only $2,600 FanDuel salary. He's $2,000 more on DraftKings, averaging 8 fantasy points per game on the season. He scored fantasy points in 4 out of his last 5 games. He has a batting average of .295, so I like Joey Wendell here versus Trevor Williams. Okay, moving on to the outfield position. Some studs that I like: Ronald Acuna Jr., Mookie Betts, Shohei Ohtani, Mike Trout. Mike Trout looks like he's in a great spot here versus Jordan Lyles. He's got a .444 batting average. He's 8 for 18 here versus Lyles. 2 home runs, 3 doubles, 3 singles, a 1.418 OPS. So he is crushing the ball against Jordan Lyles. He's $3,800 FanDuel salary, $2,300 more on DraftKings, averaging 13 fantasy points per game on the season. He has a batting average of .269. So I like Mike Trout here versus Jordan Lyles. I also like Jock Peterson with a 26% batting advantage over Joe Musgrove. Jock Peterson batting 13% better versus righty pitchers, batting a .812 OPS versus righties. Joe Musgrove pitching his worst ball versus lefty batters, 13% worse than his pitch to righties, giving up a .671 OPS versus lefties. Jock Peterson is 6 for 12, batting .500 with a 1.904 OPS versus Musgrove. 2 home runs, 1 triple, 2 doubles, and a single. Jock Peterson is $3,100 FanDuel salary, $1,900 more on DraftKings, averaging 10 fantasy points per game on the season. He scored fantasy points in 4 out of his last 5 games, has a batting average of .269, so I like Jacques Peterson here versus Joe Musgrove. If you want to try all these daily fantasy tools for yourself, click the link in the description below this video or just go to draftdashboard.com. You can use our DFS lineup optimizer to build quality lineups using our picks and your own custom player pool. Click the link in the description below this video and try all these daily fantasy tools right now. Thanks so much for watching. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit that bell icon so you can get instant updates whenever we post a new video. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please smickety smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Oh, and please comment below with your favorite player for this NBA slate. I love to hear what you guys have to think. Thanks again, and good luck.